The twins. When I was 17, and before I was married to my first husband, I found out that I was pregnant. At that time I was carrying twins. A few weeks later I began having complications, and one of my twin babies had died. At the time I was living with my parents. My best friend and I shared a room which had been added onto the house years before. One morning I had woke up very early, and had felt a strange presence staring at me. In the corner of my bedroom by the door, I saw a small child. It was a little girl about 3 or 4 years old. She has long golden brown curls and she was dressed in a frilly blue dress. She looked very upset, and very afraid. I attempted to talk to her, but she disappeared. At the time I didn't mention this to anyone in the house, but I continued to see her quite often. Each time that I saw her, I would try to speak with her, and she would disappear. Then one night my mom and my best friend and I were in my room laying in my bed just talking about stuff. My mom turned her head toward the corner of the room, and I noticed that she turned a bit pale, then she shook her head. When we asked her what was wrong she stated that she must be too tired because she was starting to see things. And at that time, I knew that it wasn't just me anymore, and I asked my mother what she had seen. She stated that she saw a beautiful little girl standing in the corner. I asked her to describe the little girl, and my mother described everything, exactly the same way that I had seen her. I then explained that I had been seeing this child frequently, and how I tried to communicate with her. My mother suggested that I keep trying to do so. So for the next few months, I would talk to this little spirit, and before long she stopped disappearing. But she still made no effort to respond. Then in late November of 1995, I gave birth to my other existing twin baby Kathleen. The little spirit was now becoming a more frequent visitor. She would push my new baby daughter in her wind-up baby swing, play with her in her walker, and watch over her while she slept. But the whole time the little girl seemed sad. Then one night, she came to me in a dream, and asked me what I would have named her had she been born too. That is when I realized that this little girl was the child that I had lost during my pregnancy. I told her that I would have named her Courtney. And in my dream I held her in my arms. Since that night, she has appeared less frequently, and when she does, she is smiling. I thought that she was wanting me to focus more on my other children. My daughter is now 3. The same age as my little spirit child. And looks identical to the little spirit who once stood in my room every night not too long ago. I know that she still visits her twin sister every now and then. Kathleen has told me about how Courtney comes to play with her and her new baby brother. And I feel secure that there is a precious little angel looking out for them.